Yeah. So we are live. So we're just waiting to see who's going to turn up, if anybody. I think the thing I'm finding with lives now is that there are so many going on at any one time that I think people tend to catch up on the replay because then they can like wind it forward and listen to the bits they want to listen to.
Yes, I have to say that yes, from time to time, I jump in and out from the lives, and then if like the one I saw of you and Margaret,
Yeah.
about faith and self-confidence, and so I watched the replay. It was easier for me. Yeah.
Hi, Kalpana. No, Kalpana's here. Kalpana comes to
Yeah.
my live, so she's lovely.
Okay. Hello.
It does say that there's somebody else here, but I can't see who that is. So
Yes, I see there is a third one, but
yeah, but there is.
Adrian.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, Adrian, you didn't come up on mine. For some reason, I've ignored you. Oh, anyway, okay. So what were we going to talk about today? So I'll introduce myself to anybody that comes on that doesn't know me. So I'm Sue Reid, and my publication is called Confidence Matters. So I talk about confidence. My aim now, because I built my confidence myself, and I wanted to help other people with their confidence, but now I'm kind of expanding that out because I think there's so much involved in confidence. It's not just one layer, it's multi-layered, and everything kind of ties in, like living in alignment, having boundaries, living in the moment and not learning from the past, but not telling yourself stories about it, not holding on to it. So this is why I'm kind of expanding out a little bit more now. So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you for having me, by the way.
Welcome.
Yes, I'm Valerie Demont, and yes, my publication is The Awakened Entrepreneur, and I have as well a podcast, which I renamed recently, and Being is the New Doing, the show, so that it's more linked to my book.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm the author of Being is the New Doing, coming out next week.
Yeah, a week today, isn't it? I think.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely. And yes, I live in Switzerland with my family, and yes, my purpose is really to help entrepreneurs live a better business life, of course, personal as well, more than a work-life balance, but yes, from alignment and confidence and trust and faith, and to I, I wo- I really do all this work and support to entrepreneurs because I really think the next generations deserve something better than today.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Because I think, we hear a lot about the work-life balance,
Yeah.
but I think, it's a phrase that's kind of lost meaning now because people, you've got, if you're in a partnership, you've got both people working. They have to both work and earn a salary in order to afford to live these days. So then you've got to plan around children, and then buying property in the UK is very expensive now. So you've got to take all of that into account. And so if you then want to start up your own business, it's not easy. It takes an awful lot of courage, especially if you're working full time and you want to start a business. So then what people tend to do is do something on the side and then hope that it grows enough for them to, leave their normal job, their day-to-day job, and start working full time on their business. So there's an awful lot to take into account in this world. So it's more than a work-life balance, because if you want your business to work, you've got to put 100% into the business, but then you've also got to give 100% to your family as well. So how do you balance that up?
Aha, good question. So it's really, I don't have the receipt, because it depends really on the context, your personality. Um, but for me, it's really getting to know who you are, what is your true rhythm. Maybe you're not meant to work in the morning, you're not performing in the morning, and then you realize that you are a night owl, and that you are better at night. And so then find your own pace, and really based on who you are and not all the external conditioning. Because when you are self-employed, your own boss, you have the choice.
Mm.
But the thing is that, this business world, or even more, the entrepreneurship world is full of conditioning, a lot of beliefs. And I think we really have especially today in this multiple crisis world, the only way to be happy, to be successful, is not to um, to try to reach outer expectations or results or success, but your true success, what is really yours. How do you feel when you're successful? Of course, money is part of the game,
Yeah.
but and Switzerland, as UK, is very expensive, but we can make, choices that will not drain us from all our energy and time, and for what it's really important for us. And you talked about family and taking care of our children, our partner, spending time with family, friends, and so on, is as much important as having money or having more money.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I think we focus a lot on what we can't do. So, I can't start a business because of X, Y, Z. But we don't focus enough, I think, on what we can do, like the little things that maybe we could do, because those little steps that we make, they do build up over time to get to somewhere. It may not be where you dream of being, but you can get somewhere. So if you're working in a job that you don't really like, but you need to do it because you need to pay your bills, but you have a dream of starting a business or doing something completely different, then instead of thinking, I can't do it, it's just not the right time for me, what can you do? If you want to be a writer, can you just write one page a day, maybe?
Of course you can. It's really that, and I can speak about that because I really, this book, I received it like a gift, or an idea. Oh, you should write a book. Okay, thank you, but I'm not a writer. And furthermore, I received the information that write this book in English. Oh my God. you know
Let's make it difficult, shall we?
of course, but the thing is that I accepted it because it felt right. And it's almost that I had goosebump at that time, and it was, yes, so empowering inside myself that I couldn't say no to this mission. And so I started writing 3 years ago now, and in French, because in English it was not possible at that time. And then I wrote, every single day I was writing, and then I end up 6 months later with something that I don't know what it was, but not the final version. And then I offered myself a break, and because I didn't felt it anymore, feel it anymore.
Hmm.
And then suddenly last year, January, I was, oh my God, this is the fluid method. And this is the book, the 6 steps, and so on. And, I just puzzled it in another way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I did it every single day, having my clients, having my family too. And it was not that easy, but this book, this mission again, or this gift even, is deserves my energy. And I could picture myself writing in the future. And so if I want to be a writer, I have to write. you know?
It's a good start.
So yes, and then I'm a doer, and I used to be an overachiever person, overperforming, and I had 2 burnouts when I was younger, and it took me a lot of time to realize that it's not me, it's the conditioning
Yeah.
who wants me to overperform, overachieve, show that I can, prove that I can, and so on. But today it's more for me. I'm writing for myself, and doing that, like almost like a training or like a workout for my body, doing it every single day, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours a day, depending on the day, the weekday or weekend, and so on. And then I started to feel like a writer, proud of myself. Then I learned English. I improved it. I I translated myself, of course, with AI because it's easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I had someone, Suzanne, proofread it. And so, yeah, my God, 1 year ago, I wasn't even here. So doing that, doing something new in a foreign language and so helped build my confidence. And I have to say that I don't know what to expect about this book. I don't know. Maybe nobody wants to buy it.
Sure they will.
But yes, yes, of course I will. But the thing is that it's not about selling books. It's about the pathway to this realization. And I think if deep down of yourself you want to, oh, sorry, if deep down of yourself you want to be self-employed, a coach, or whatever feels right, if you feel it deep down in your bones, do it.
Find a
Even
way. Yeah.
find a way to do it. And at one point, all the planets will align, and you will have the resources, the opportunities, and so on. Because if it's truly right for you, it will not look like a fight.
No, I think that's how you know that you're on the right path because things will start to fall into place. Like suddenly everything seems to be coming to you.
Yep.
Whereas before, maybe, like you you weren't happy, maybe you kept getting ill, maybe you started to burn out because you were doing stuff that, something inside you was saying this is not right for you. You're doing a job you don't like, you're putting all your energy in it and not getting any thanks, which is so draining. Um, and yeah, and so your book then, Being is the New Doing. And I love that title. So just explain what the thought behind that is.
Yes, yes. So I love that being is the new doing, but it's not about doing nothing, it's not just about doing from the right place.
Mm.
Probably less bad ego, or less acting from the inner critic or inner pressure and or outer expectation, and really act from your alignment or your soul, or goosebumps,
Yeah.
or God's guidance, or whatever you call it. It's really it feels right. I really feel like, yes, this small inner voice telling you, this way is the right way. You should go there. Please go there. I will wait with patiently that you take this pathway. It's yours. It's the right one, and so on. And that's about being is a new doing with the right pace. Because when we act from, out of pressure, bad ego, inner critic, or, anxiety and scarcity, it's very contracted inside ourselves. And we can feel that our body is the best messenger we can have. And many clients that I have, they keep coming to me and telling, I knew that I shouldn't have done it like that, because I heard this little voice, or I could feel it in my body, and so on. So why don't you listen to it?
Yeah.
And you come back each time to your pro and cons, and the rational list, almost counting if it's 10 versus 8, but you
Yeah.
already knew. And you know if you're a firefighter, you keep on acting under pressure, because there is so many emergencies right now at that time, and it's not sustainable.
No, it wears you out. But I think, I think that's the thing with creators. Like, we are creators, like, kind of live from our heart, don't we? We know what we want to do, and but so often we push it down because we're told to push it down. I think this is what I did. I had a career in banking, which was quite very secure, very straightforward, but not the most. It wasn't creative. I wasn't actually. I was helping people, but I wasn't putting anything out there in the world. But, if I'd have said to my father, I want to be a writer, he'd have said, there's no money in that, forget it. Yeah, or I want
Oh,
to be an artist. No, there's no money in that, forget it. And that's what we were brought up to believe, that you have to have this secure job, not creating. That's something you can do as a hobby. You're never going to make money
yes,
with
I know. We had the same father,
it. Probably.
But yeah, the thing is that, and it's nice that you say that, because I was having this conversation with my mother yesterday, and then she told me, but by the way, we have several people in our family who were artists and made tons of money and made a living about that. So I said, where does this beliefs come from? You know? And so, yes, it was great to talk with her about that, because I realized that it's not my beliefs, and it's not even a belief within the family, because we have several artists. So, it's just outer conditioning, and that, okay, probably Van Gogh made money after his death, but yes. But the thing I want to add is about our dream or dream life or being. Uh, I think we have to assure um, financial security.
Mhm.
It's I would say it's smart because find a way to have the money to pay the bills, because otherwise, uh, if you feel so when you feel insecure, creativity has no access.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I realize in
Yeah.
preaching. So
But
yeah.
like you said before, you can find a way to do it. It might be hard, but if you're really, really cool to do it, you will find a way. But I think in today's modern society, because we are pressured so much to work so hard and you've got to win at everything and you've got to always be the best and be that high achiever, I think that we've lost that. Somewhere along the line we've lost the being. We're doing so much that we've kind of maybe not lost the being, but we've pushed it out of the way for a minute. And like for me, I said, right, this is what I want to do, but I'm going to do it later. Well, I'll retire first. Brandon says the ultimate goal would be to do what you love while earning a living at it. Yeah, that would be a
Of
great
course,
idea.
yes. And you know the thing is that I don't know why I can't wait to be retired to live. And it's always been like that since my first burnout. And then my father died in a helicopter crash
Oh,
when
wow.
3 days after he retired.
Oh, no.
And my father-in-law, my husband's father, died from
Father.
cancer before 50. So we both want to live now because we don't know what will happen tomorrow and we have no control on that.
Wow.
So, okay, we think, let's have something, some savings for when we retire. But now let's live. Let's enjoy every day. So my husband is an employee. He really loves his job. And I'm sure the day he doesn't love it anymore, he will resign and will find a way out that and another job. And he worked in a printer company. So it's been 25 years since we really are very lucid about this activity, and it can stop any day. So we don't have control on that and on the market, and today with AI, we don't know what will happen. So
That's it. I mean, and well, I mean, the way things are going, the whole world could end any minute now. None of us may be here tomorrow, which means it won't matter really, will it? So just do it. Just do what you want while you
of
can.
course, and find a way to do it, And I was having this conversation with my husband because I don't know why exactly those days my schedule is empty. I know it's because I have to be ready for the book,
Yeah.
and for what's coming next. But I could really be scared about this emptiness. But the thing is that I'm not scared. And my God, I lost what I wanted to say. Um, but yes, emptiness, my husband, and
You'll be scared about your emptiness, but you've got a book coming out. So
yes,
yeah.
but I'm not scared. And the thing is that you know, at one point, life will help me or support me, and I have faith, in what's coming. And here is what I wanted to say.
Okay.
If I have to go in a coffee shop or in a bar to serve coffee because I don't have any clients or my book doesn't sell, okay, I will do it.
Yeah.
I will do it, because we never know, and I want to enjoy life. And today I'm at a point where I don't want to feel this pressure to succeed anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. And I mean, you like you say, you were a high achiever, so you have been successful. So you've got nothing more to prove. Not that any of us have anything to prove anyway, but I was always brought up to believe that I had to prove myself, which is
Me
what
too.
I spent my life. We did have the same father. So this is what I spent my life doing. And now I think, well, I don't have anything to prove. And I'm writing and coaching now because I want to do it, not because I have to, not because I need the money necessarily. That doesn't mean don't bother paying me for anything, because I do, I do want some money. But I can do it for the love of it. If I could go back now, I would at least start a side hustle while I was working rather than wait until I retired. But I think it was kind of my security mindset that made me think I've got to wait. So also probably a bit of scarcity mindset. But the way I look at things now is any money that I give out will come back to me because I'm grateful for it. And I think if you're grateful for it, money is an energy that, because like money is nothing, it's just a way to get what you want. And so money will revolve back to you. If you put it out with gratitude and you're a good person, it will come back to you. That's the way I believe. And I've always got enough money.
I'm same for me, and from time to time it comes, not where you gave your energy, it come back in another way, and it's okay too. Sometimes it came from my grandmother, and I could like a gift, or one time it was a bonus in a company, and I've been very successful with my company, but for what? The day I realized that, okay, I had a multiple six-figure business, and so what? And so what? And at that time, I wanted to prove to my father that I can be an entrepreneur, a mother, a wife, and so on.
Yeah.
And then he was not here anymore. And so I realized that, okay, probably I wanted to prove him or other people that I can be a woman doing all that, having it all. But for what?
Yeah.
And it even doesn't satisfy me. So what's the
Yeah.
point?
And like when you think about it, you think, who cares? Who actually cares whether you had a six-figure business or not? Who cares whether you're the only person that really cares? I mean, obviously your family are proud of you, I'm sure, but you're the only person that really cares about it. Your father's not even here. If he's looking down, he'll care. But I mean, like when I was doing my coaching certification, my supervisor said to me, "Why are you still trying to prove yourself to your father when you've told me that he passed away 20 odd years ago and you're still trying to prove yourself? Why are you doing that?" And I hadn't even realized, but that's absolutely true. But I mean, that made me stronger. It made me work harder. It made me more resilient. So I don't regret any of that at all. I was going to ask you about I watched I don't know whether it's the first episode of your new podcast, but the one that was on today in English about what Ben Affleck had said. And I just thought that was so fantastic. And it really made me think about how we are pushed down to the
Yes.
average. So just tell us about that for anybody that didn't watch it. And if you haven't watched it,
Yes,
watch it.
yes.
Really.
I saw your comment. And yes, the thing is that uh, we've been average because, I'm sure a lot of people here on Substack are brilliant people, original ones, or, variation of, have an extra talent that doesn't really fit in day-to-day life or traditional life or even traditional business. So if you look at the statistics, and there is this so I go a little bit further than in the podcast.
Okay.
But we had this it's I don't know exactly the translation, but it looks like that,
Okay. Yes.
and it's
Yeah.
called the ghost Gauss statistics or something like that.
I don't know what
And
it's called, but yeah.
yeah, or the normal law or something like that. And
Yeah.
we,
With something curve, I'm sure of it, but maybe somebody in the audience
yes,
I can't remember.
we with our special talents and gifts and skills, we live in the edge. And people don't like that because it's not normal. It makes them feel bad
Bell
or
curve, Brandon says. Bell curve. Thank you.
okay, thank you. Oh, it's not the same word in French, but it's okay. Thank you, Brandon. And the thing is that um, AI is built like that also, and that's like that, and two, and that's what Ben Affleck tend to explain in the podcast I show. Um, and uh, so companies, AI, the world is built for the majority of people. And when you are in the edge because you have special talents, either your boss wants you to come average, or it's the team because they keep on joking on you. And even if you felt good at one point, you say, oh, I don't want to disturb anymore, so yes, let's lower myself a little bit,
Yeah.
just to fit in. And so there is those three stuff: your boss, the team, or yourself, because it's human. You want to be part of a team, or you don't want to be alone. But the thing is that today, if we want the world to change, we need the people living in the edge and being fully themselves and showing new way of doing, being creative. Find a way to balance AI with our humanity, because AI is for the average, and you can have a look at all the way notes, even here on Substack, it's like that. A lot of notes are written through AI, and it's okay because we save time and so on. But the thing is that every single note look like the previous one
Mm-hmm.
because it's average. And let's find a way, okay, to use AI with our variation and specialties. And the example that I share in the podcast is about a hockey player, because I'm a huge hockey fan here for our local team. And at the beginning of the season, he plays like fast forward, better than anyone else. It was really, it was a light on the eyes. So it was so beautiful to see him play. And then during the season, he leveled down to fit the group. And I was wondering why? And then the day after that, I saw this interview about Ben Affleck sharing information about AI and how it is built. Yes, Gaussian curve. That's it. Thank you.
Kalpana.
Thank you, Gaussian. Yeah, absolutely. And so, and what Affleck said, that the AI wants you to be in the average because it has to fit the most part of the user,
Mm.
because otherwise nobody will use it. So it was very interesting. And then I realized that, I don't know, one of the first coaching that I took, it was a inside profile about, red, yellow, green, and blue color in my profile. And I had a lot of yellow and red. So, and she said, oh, she said, oh, Valerie, you make a lot of noise. And it's part of you when you enter a room. Everybody look at you because you make a lot of noise. You are noisy. And I was like, okay, but no, I'm not like that. And so I don't want to disturb people. So, and then I don't know, 1 week later, I went to the osteopath. And then when I entered the osteopath, I tried, to be the most silent possible what I can. And then I want to hang my coat and stuff, you know, fall
Oh, God.
down. Okay, my God, I can't lower myself because each time it's worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when I was at work, my manager said to me, "Don't stop telling people." Because the thing that I was really good at, because I was very shy when I started work, but what I found was I was very good at building rapport with my clients. I could talk to them, and it didn't social anxiety. So if I was outside, at any event, I didn't know what to say, but in front of a client, I knew what I was talking about. I knew how to help people with their money. And I was very good at it. And I was doing well. People would buy from me. I wasn't selling anything. They would just buy from me because I was trustworthy. And I was telling my manager this, and he said, "Well, that's fine, but don't keep telling people because they get upset." They get upset when somebody's doing well. And my husband, as well, who was also in banking, he told me about a time when he was having his performance review, and he as well was very good at his job, and his boss said to him, "You're too kind to your clients, you help them too much." Is that not my job?
Yes, I know. I have two similar stories. The first one is my first boss who said, never asks, you take a risk each time you ask how people feel, because if they say no, you open a full door for them to, speak about their issues and how they feel and so on. So it's very dangerous. So don't ask people how they are doing. So, and it felt like crazy. And the second thing is that when I started my business, I started 15 years ago in social media. And so I blogged. I had a blog. And at that time, I give all the receipt to how to succeed with social media, all the steps and so on. And my mother kept on telling me, you shouldn't give everything because people don't need you. And I said, oh, don't worry, they will need me because they don't trust themselves to follow my receipt. So they will come. And that's why I had success, because
Yeah.
I overgive.
Yes, yes, yes. And so going back to your book, then let's circle back to your books. This is what we're talking about today, and which is out next week, and it's called "Being is the New Doing." And I think you said there's 6 steps in there.
Yes.
Yeah. So to move from doing to being, presumably.
Absolutely. Yes. The first step, and I think that's where it's very important for you, you are concerned as well, and your audience as well, is about foundation. It's the F of fluid, the very first step. And it's all about having the foundations to be steady enough and confident enough to move forward at your own pace, based on your complete self and your, variation. And um, it's this foundation step. I think it's okay. It's the first one, but it's the one we have to work the more on it, because um, it concerns as well from where we are coming from. And you said before that um, you're okay with your past and your journey, and you don't regret it. And it's important to acknowledge that the past shaped us,
Yes.
and even our traumas. And then it's about the second step, liberation. Okay, we all had, not probably, we all had some kind of traumas. But the thing is that let's stop focusing on it, because the more we focus on it, the more it keeps growing.
Yeah.
And because where you put your attention, it grows. And the thing is that all those traumas shaped us and gave us so many strengths that,
Mhm.
and probably the medicine we can use today with our clients as well. So it's part of liberation, and within liberation there is a lot of recipe to heal yourself, or cut cords with bad wrong behaviors
Yeah.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And then we come to the huge chapter, and probably the most important one, about uniqueness and who you truly are, what are your talents, gift, and so on, and your true pace. Because this, and how you can allow yourself, thanks to your foundations, to adopt or embrace your true rhythm. And because it's the only way to, first of all, enhance your humanity, to balance AI, let's say, or the rise of technology. And then it's as well the only way to live in the edge. And the world, the new paradigm, need your variation, our variation, because otherwise we live in, in this old world that we don't want anymore.
Yeah.
And then there is I for intuition. And so it's all about what feels right inside us, this little voice, and so on, and how to make the distinction between ego, instinct, and intuition, because often people mix match intuition and instinct, and it's not the same, because instinct in preservation, security, and intuition is about support.
Yes. Yeah.
And then there is D and E, and D is deployment, and E is evolution. And between the both of them, I give some tools like the organic roadmap, because I really think that 5-year plans are not worthy anymore, because the outer world keep changing. So why having a 5-year plan? It's no use. And then evolution is all about how do you live with uncertainty. And there is 9 steps in it to become a master with uncertainty, uncertain time. And how can you, yes, keep the faith, keep your balance, and make the right decisions within those uncertain times, because it's the new normal now. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds great. It sounds like a good journey, and I guess people can move along it at their own pace, depending on what their state of mindset is, how they are, like where they are at this point in time. Because I
Yes.
think, like with the foundation, you've got to get your foundation right. You've got to believe that you can do this. You've got to have faith in yourself. That's really important, that you
Yes.
can do whatever it is you want to do. And the liberation part, where you're leaving the past behind, I think, because we can't change the past, no matter how horrible it was, no matter how many mistakes we've made. And we have all made mistakes, and I've made mistakes, huge mistakes. I've been a
Of
horrible
course.
person. I know it's hard to believe, but I was a horrible person for a while. And I think that we can take whatever we learned from there, because we cannot change it. But so take whatever it was that it gave you, your strength, your resilience, the things that you learned about yourself, and the changes you made because of that. Take that and move forward from there, because it's very important to always be grateful for what you have now and where you are now, and then move forward one step at a time from that place. Don't keep looking back rather, and making up stories about who's to blame, why it happened, what you should have done, what you didn't do. It doesn't matter. That's
Yeah,
gone.
of course. And the thing is that, first of all, it doesn't matter. And then you keep victimizing yourself. And you have to be sovereign to embrace your dream life or soul-led life or whatever, your mission. It deserves you fully here and not like a victim, because otherwise you won't do anything. Because you
No.
keep on telling the old stories and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. You will always look at things happening to you rather than you making things happen.
Absolutely. And you are, you are the pilot of your life, and you are driving the bus,
Yeah. Captain of your ship, whatever you want to put it. You're
That's
in
true.
charge.
And driving to your true north, and that's all you need to have today. And the thing is that this book is not it's not a book you read from A to Z, and because there is a lot of questions and tools, and so it's more like, it's not a Bible, but it's more like that. So dive into it when you have a question. Look at the content table, open, open it by chance and see what it has for you today. It's of course FLUIDE is the process, but life isn't linear, and this process isn't linear either. So
Yeah. Sounds good. It sounds really good. So
yeah.
that's out next week, next Monday, I think.
Next Monday,
Yeah.
you can already pre-order the Kindle if you want. It's a very great deal now until the launch. And then the paperback and hardcover is available next week. So yeah, no, from the 30th. So yeah.
And how do people order it? Is it Amazon?
Yes, it is Amazon, because it is, yes, it's the most easiest one. And as I'm going to send it worldwide, I cannot send it by myself because, the cost and yes, the fee is too expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, Amazon's easy, isn't it?
yes.
Much as I hate Amazon for what they well, not the company, but Bezos. But it's convenient. So
Yes. Yes. I accept the rules of this game. So yes, it's the best today, as long as there is nothing else. So yes, and if I want to be available worldwide, it's the only way.
yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. We can only use the tools we've got, can't we?
yes, we'll see.
Okay.
Oh,
Brilliant.
cool.
Well, good luck with the book. I will
Oh,
I will pre-order it. And yeah, and I look forward to reading it.
yes, and I look forward to have your feedback about your experience with it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yes, especially about your specialization about faith, trust, and self confidence, and yes.
Yeah. Okie dokie. All right then. Okay. Well, thank you everybody that's been here, and thank you to
Yeah, thank
everybody
you.
that's going to watch the replay. And thank you so much, Valerie. It's been lovely talking to you.
Thanks to you, Sue. It's always a pleasure to talk with you. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, we'll do it again sometime.
Yes, we'll do it. I'll invite you next time.
Okay, we'll do. Thank you. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Bye bye.